Oh, good morning, everyone. Welcome to a lovely, lovely early morning rando race. This one is for Group C, aptly named Chicken Hut. AverageFrustratedGamer versus Driekiann. I am Hammerbro, and I'm joined in the booth by Drosy. How are you doing this fine Saturday morning?
Almost awake. I'm trying to read the kana for, Dreek just spelled his name there in Japanese. Sorry, that was the first thing my eyes went to when the stream went live.
No, good on you. I don't know it, so I would be trusting on your translation skills anyways.
Driekiann.
There we go. So this race is a regular old tournament hard. We're going to have less hearts, less general safeties, no half magic, which is an outright travesty if you ask me. And yeah, we're just going to have some fun.
At least we hope we have some fun.
I mean, I'm going to have some fun. Wow, we pull a bow out of Link's house and a glove out of Sanctuary. Okay.
And that's the only bow in the game, because we have non-progressive, and I just saw, I think, a blue pendant on Eastern, a red crystal on Hera, and a regular crystal on Desert. Does that sound right?
I believe you're correct. I didn't get my eyes over to Desert in time, but I can confirm the first two. And it looks like Average Frustrated Gamer here is going to go ahead and start with Houlihan.
While Driekiann is an Uncle Router.
I think this is the first time I've seen the Dragonair sprite. I like it. It's a little bit mesmerizing with the tail going back and forth, though.
It's kind of slim for a sprite, though. Like, if you're going up or down with it.
Yeah, the hitbox is probably a little bit funky.
Well, both runners have their bow and their glove. I suppose if they really wanted to, they could do Eastern Palace out of logic. Get that precious pendant.
We could also see a backup escape here, which I think is what we're going to see here. Yep, and confirming that Desert is in fact a regular crystal. The nice thing about that early glove is that these runners will be able to pound out, first off, a moon pearl out of the back, which is nice. But I was going to say there is a 50-50 rock over by the Kakariko fortune teller that they'll be able to grab bombs if they remember that it's there.
Well, I'm a little bit interested. No ammo for the bow. I was thinking AFG didn't take the small key and go to Dark Cross, but then I realized you have to kill the key rat and he has no arrows.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that doing that dark room can get annoying depending on the RNG of that rat. Sometimes it's really nice and just stays kind of in that upper left-hand corner for you. And sometimes it immediately banks off right, and then, you're just guessing.
When Seattle Rat moves to Maine.
I'm sure that that's a reference, and I'm equally certain that I have no idea what the reference is.
Geography?
Okay, that's all you were doing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Dreek giving us our first look at Blindsut now.
And it's kind of interesting, because both of them walked, but, AFG didn't walk by the 50-50 rock, but Driekiann did. So I wonder if they've forgotten or just decided that, they're going to hope they can grab something in these first couple of checks here.
Well, Sword on Lake Hylia Island should probably remember to come back for that. We did get a bottle and a book out of Blind's hut. Dreek has enough money to buy bombs. He's probably hoping maybe Sick Kid will give him bombs.
Yeah, without any sort of hints on what Bottle Vendor has, wow.
There we go.
There we go. What I was going to say is Driekiann probably trying to not have to worry about farming rupees for Bottle Vendor in addition to getting rupees for bombs, and now it doesn't have to worry about it, at least for now.
And AFG, being one of those cack skip types, finds the mitts there, so that's his Dark World access. Cack skip pays off because he can just use Cack Portal after he clears the village.
Yeah, this has been an interesting little bit of divergence here.
That was a good way to farm rupees. I didn't know that picture could be pulled. I knew the picture in C-shaped house could be pulled.
Okay, well, Bottle Vendor with a sword. We're just going to stick to that because I have never seen anyone pull that photo. That one got me.
And we get Cane of Burna for the probably incoming blind fight. Well, Driekiann still needs to do Back of Escape in Saha's hut, but... Hey, and there are silvers. That makes our life easier if we ever get any arrows.
I mean, we could have gone into Eastern and grabbed some arrows, to be fair.
Yes.
Not that that was ever going to happen.
Pendant Eastern doesn't exist.
No, the only time Pendant Eastern exists is when the alternative is Aga, and you're like, maybe we'll try this one instead.
Now, of course, this still could be a logical Aga seed depending on the placement of hammer and flippers.
Yeah, that's fair. It could test our runner's knowledge of the bomb jump over there. Would you even call that a bomb jump? I mean, I know that we call it the kern jump, but is it a bomb jump, or would you call it like a bomb to fake flipper? I don't know.
I just think of it as a fake flipper.
All right, $20 on library, so we don't have to worry about that.
So Dreek now gonna do Back of Escape. He will get his Moon Pearl.
Yeah, and then the question is going to be, when does he head over to Sahasrarla's closet and grab those mitts? Although, honestly, I would argue that we're much more likely to see a Dark Cross check here. Or maybe not. Never mind. I figured because Dreek had a sword, it might happen, but...
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised he didn't, with a sword and all. But he's probably just, like, really keen on South Shore checks, as is AFG despite having Dark World access.
Yeah, this is... I'm not too terribly surprised. I don't think it's a matter of our runners finding early Dark World difficult, like I probably would in their shoes. But when you have mitts for Dark World access, you really don't want to skip stuff if you can help it, because that hammer is going to be an all-important find.
True, if the hammer's here, then doing the South Shore really pays off. Notably, AFG, as he finds the mushroom, skipped the dam, which means he is skipping his hook shot for the time being. He's probably planning to combo it with Aegina, as Dreek is doing now.
And maybe even some of Desert.
Yeah, we don't have boots, so it's entirely possible we check map chest and are locked out. Even if we're not locked out, we don't have a fire source, so we can't beat it. Driekiann did not go to Saha's closet. He does not have the mitts, contrary to his tracker.
He also didn't check Aegina's cave, which is kind of interesting. I would have done that beforehand just in case of something like...
Maybe he's going to save and quit out of there.
Probably, yeah.
Did he check Desert Ledge as he went up to Desert?
Yes, it was 5 rupees.
Okay. Well, we're not locked out of Desert. We'll be able to do the whole right side. And if we don't get a fire source, that's that. And that drops us off right by Aegina's cave.
Yeah, the routing definitely worked in Dreek's favor. It could have just as easily been small key leading us to the right and then having a big key on the right. So now you're stuck with, okay, so we have a pendant Thieves Town, and a green pendant ice.
And our other 5/6 is swamp.
Yep. So we will be seeing that mirror. And the flippers, which means that, hey, that sword will eventually get grabbed, hopefully.
And Driekiann, having already seen one item on the torch, gets that second junk item out of compass chest and knows he doesn't need to check big key chest.
Yeah, little things like that can save a decent amount of time throughout the run.
And there's the save and quit from Aegina, while AFG is in Skull Woods.
Yep, early first item there in the vanilla big key chest. So we just have one left here. And some Gibdos that are a little bit hug happy.
And he's going to steal a key before going to the front. And take a free elevator ride.
Yep, Driekiann, meanwhile, going to be grabbing that mitts out of here.
So he still hasn't done Mini Moldorm Cave, though I think Mushroom was the only thing we got out of it. And with that Sank start, it looks like he is going for Caca Portal.
Yeah, so both runners missing a chunk of the light world here.
Unless he's going to do Death Mountain out of logic with that hook shot.
Oh, that... Yeah, that's a good call. Even without the lamp, it's, what, darn near 20 checks.
Yeah, it's out of logic without either the lamp or the flute, but he can do Dark Death Mountain even while he's up here.
Right, that's what I mean. There's so much stuff over here. Meanwhile, Skullwood's doing the Skullwoods thing and just stringing us along for that second item.
so it's going to be fire rod locked. But we will have to go back there since it is a crystal. Hey, vanilla bumper ledge, because, hey, there are only 48 pieces of heart in this seed.
Yuck.
Well,
All right,
hey,
so go ahead.
shaped house. Oh, no, I was just wondering if AFG will pull the picture in here. Probably not. You don't see it very often.
I didn't even know you could, so nice to learn something new. That could actually come in handy in Crossworlds, too.
So, dipping another dungeon here, we can clear it, except we'd have to orphan the big chest.
Yeah, it's also a pendant, so AFG might just do front 4 here, and depending on how lucrative it is, just go ahead and nope on out.
Yeah, we found one item. Big key has to be in the front, of course. Hey, there's Bombos in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, so far I think that's the first item of note we found over here.
The mirror's an item of note. That gives us Hera.
It does, yeah. That is a handful of more items we can do in addition to a crystal.
5/6 crystal at that.
That's a fair point.
And yeah, we got 2 items out of the front of Thieves. Both were junk.
Oh! Driekiann getting dead rock there for the unfortunate death.
Well, now we can just take the portal at the bottom. With Mirror, he has more options for routing the mountain.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is going to be kind of unfortunate, though, with Spiral Cave and all that, but...
Well, you just save it for after Hera at this point.
We'll also get a look at the Ether Tablet, which I hadn't thought about initially.
But we can't pull it unless there happens to be another sword up here.
Nah, but just the knowledge is nice. You hate coming back up here to check one thing.
AFG, meanwhile, I would expect to give Jeremiah a world tour after he finishes dig game, which is quite a lot of digs today.
Okay, seriously. Okay, there we go. Cool.
Half Magic was in Super Bunny Cave, except that, well, it's just a little small magic thing, because, as you said at the beginning, no half magic for you today.
No, it's because people are jerks, Strassi. That's why.
Hey, that Bombos is useful for something.
Yep, and we are just continuing on with the concept of TR leaving the key under the doormat.
Nothing really in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, other than the mirror and Bombos, we didn't really pull a whole lot, so it'll be interesting to see if there's anything in Hera. Oh, wow!
okay. We can get that. This is officially not an Agaseed.
Yeah, this is also going to get really interesting for AFG because that hammer is not going to get grabbed anytime soon.
He still hasn't gotten his hookshot out of the dam.
Mm-hmm. Although that can get grabbed here, if he so chooses.
He doesn't have a mirror.
Oh, that's right.
But he does have Flute and Powder and Cane of Samaria, and boy, is that the best hype cave I've seen in a while.
Yeah, Hype Cave giving us reminiscent patterns of Days of Old there. That was kind of nice. That flute will make getting around quite a bit easier.
Yeah, but I think Dreek will get to Hype Cave sooner than AFG gets to the mountain, especially since Dreek now has the hammer.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we know where Master Sword is, we just need flippers to get it.
Oh, that... I hate Dead Rex.
I don't think they're too fond of you either.
Definitely not. It's definitely a street that runs both ways.
So what do we think AFG is going to do now? Oh, right.
I would argue with the activated flute, maybe get around to the rest of South Shore?
Yeah, maybe check Meyer Shed and Meyer Medallion too. A bit unfortunate that he doesn't have the mirror, so he won't be able to do checkerboard. We still don't have a fire source.
Yeah, no fire source, no rod. Those are our big gaps right now. Other than those flippers that would lead to a Master Sword, that would be nice.
And I think we've just confirmed that there's an item in Hera Basement which we can't get without a fire source.
Yep. Okay, so AFG going to go ahead and finish the Smith chain, I would presume here. Going to grab purple chest and then probably just S and Q, and then maybe pair that in with South Shore? I don't know.
Yeah, without either hammer or mirror, he unfortunately can't use that powder to check Magic Bat. And racking up the medallions as Moldorm drops Ether as well as a 5/6 crystal.
Speaking of dropping...
Yeah, that was interesting. I noticed that the purple chest didn't take off with him, and what's he... I would assume the purple chest is still there. He doesn't have to reclaim it from the Dark World. He could have booted back before.
I think so, yeah, but honestly, my my knowledge of purple chest and shenanigans is limited.
And here, as we were saying, Dreek finishes up the mountain with Spiral Cave.
Well, not quite finishes. We do still have Spike Cave looming in the distance.
Oh, I forgot that that's actually logically available.
Yep, say hello to Bottle and Berna.
And the hammer, I mean, that was also kind of relevant.
Sure, that's fair, yeah. Okay, now don't hit A after you flew.
Or if you do, just, flute back to 4 and get it without going back to the Dark World. Well, AFG is at least going to get his hook shot here.
Yeah, that's one piece of the puzzle.
And Dreek is making straight for Hype Cave, so he'll get his Samaria and Flute and Powder. He'll also have a much easier time of Smith Chain with that mirror that he got off the mountain. Oh, right, we had Cape there. I forgot about that.
Alrighty, and now the purple chest check that AFG spent a lot of time for and gets rewarded monetarily for it. So I guess that's nice.
I mean, it's Zora money.
That's fair. We still haven't seen the front of Escape, and it hurts me every time.
Or Dark Cross. Neither of those runners wanted to take the key to Dark Cross.
Yeah, it hurts.
And that key did put the front of Escape fully in logic as well.
Alright, so Fire Rod, Ice Rod, Flippers, and maybe Quake? Very majestic MSU from Driekiann. Oh, and there's the Quake Battalion that we...
Of course.
I'm sorry. There's a non-zero chance that I spoke that one into existence.
This is apparently an MSU randomizer that Dreek says he spoke to some admins about and they approved it, so... Because every time he changes screens, it's a different track. Hey, there's our lamp.
I believe that last one was actually Baba Is You, but I'm not positive.
So now AFG's gonna get all these items he wished he had before.
Meanwhile, at 27 minutes, we're getting a mini Moldorm check.
Which will yield Dreek the mushroom, which he can now very easily turn in because he has the flute and he has the powder, so he knows he won't need to fake powder.
Yeah, that's a good point. We haven't seen either of our fetch quests yet, I don't think.
Oh, this is the pod play.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. There's a bunch of stuff here. And with the mirror, routing it isn't going to be terrible.
Bribing everyone's favorite extortionist monkey. It's impressive Dreek still has nowhere near Zora money. So with that lamp, pod will be a full clear in logic. Also, flute was our logical mountain access, I just realized, given lamp and checkerboard, because you had to get the mirror off the mountain to get lamp. So they wanted you to basically do things the order AFG's doing, get the flute first, then go to the mountain.
That's a bit longer of a walk, though, so we'll see how it ends up working out in the long run here.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where the logic break probably saved time.
AFG for a second there, forgetting that the hammer is in fact on Floating Island, as Driekiann pulls the last fetch quest. And they haven't turned in any Drosy. What are we going to do?
I mean, Mushroom's now easy to turn in with the flute. Driekiann, I imagine when he does Smith Chain that he can mirror and do Shovel. And likewise that he would do Magic Bat at that point.
I feel like the Mushroom check might wait for Catfish. Since, you know, we have the mirror, you can just loop them both in.
Well, maybe he does Pyramid Catfish after this.
I think we're going to get a rodless...
AFG, yeah, opening TR. He might get locked out after one check.
It's a little bit of a time sink, but if you can grab something out of here, it ends up being a huge play.
Well, if you're lucky, it'll be something big in the first chest.
That's fair. Even if it strings you along, though, and you end up grabbing a fire rod later out of here, or the flippers, that can still be an enormous grab, depending on where the rest of the stuff in the game is.
Yeah, and I think we do just need 2 rods and the flippers at this point.
We do need Quake, actually.
Oh, right, Meyer. Yes.
Yep, 2 rods, flippers, and a sneaky medallion.
But that was a small key for AFG, so he can continue down the rabbit hole if he so chooses and doesn't get bodied by more lasers.
Lasers hurt on green mail.
Well, we found both of our dungeon items in Dark Maze. Woohoo!
AFG not having this pokey. Bombo's getting a nice use there.
What do you think? Another key here, or are we done with TR?
I'm just not gonna guess. Oh, well.
Down the rabbit hole. Now the big key needs to be vanilla to let us continue.
I mean, either way, to be fair, we can go check Mimic Cave, so.
It would be unfortunate if there's just a dungeon item here, though.
Is unfortunate really the word you're looking for, or are you instead saying to yourself, AFG would be relieved if there were a dungeon item?
To not have to go to Laser Bridge.
Right.
And with the last of his magic, he uses Bombos on the Pokey.
Yeah, it's going to mean that the next room's going to be fun, but, you know.
There's the big key. Ah, he's getting the magic refill here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, Driekiann almost at his second crystal, and with those silver arrows, he's going to have a very easy second phase when he gets the mask off.
Depending on how nicely Helmasaur decides to sit still, yes.
Also helps when you shoot the arrow in the correct direction.
No, that door was looking at him funny the whole time.
And it still is.
I mean, sure, but not for lack of trying.
So we didn't really get anything useful out of Pod, but it's a second crystal.
I feel like in this version
AFG, you might want a not orphan Mimic Cave, but okay.
I mean, to be fair, after a mirror out, he is going to be right back there. But yeah, I would have checked Mimic Cave first. Just because I know I would have forgotten it otherwise. And hey, Pendant Pod play. Pendant Eastern, the other pod.
Well, and he's locked out, actually, at Crystal Roller.
So do we check Mimic Cave? Yes, we do. Okay, good.
Okay. Oh, and Driekiann making the Pendant Eastern play. We haven't seen Ped. We could have a Rod on Ped still. Or Quake.
Why do you wish ill upon these runners?
I'm not wishing ill. I'm just saying if you're going to the trouble of doing a pendant dungeon that just happens to be sitting there. But what about those hecking flippers?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's our next logical thing here is to pull the flippers, which would give us access to, you know, Pendant Ice and Swamp.
Well, I'd like to see a, you know, pyramid mushroom catfish Zora route here from Dreek.
Yeah, that would be a nice way to clean up a bunch of these checks.
But we haven't really talked about what's at stake here in this race. This is Group C, or Chicken Hut. And for the most part, some guy named P-Train kind of ran away with the group. I'm sure none of you have heard of him. He's just kind of out of the blue. Anyway, relevantly, P-Train lost one match. That one match was to AFG. This is relevant because if AFG wins this, he will be in a tie with Chloe Prower, and the tie will be broken because AFG took a win off of P-Train and would therefore get the second seed out of the group. Now, conversely, if Driekiann wins, he's already eliminated. He only has one win, so he'd still only finish with 2, and therefore Chloe would get the second seed. But it's all good because Dreek and Chloe are friends, so I'm sure he's happy to support his friend in this race.
I mean, not to mention the fact that there are a few things that are as fun as playing spoiler.
And honestly, with Driekiann's play this seed, he is doing his best job at that.
I thought we had pulled all 3 items out of Eastern here, but I've probably miscounted.
I lost count at 1.
It's a tricky spot for a lot of people.
I may have 2 degrees in math, but that doesn't mean I can count.
They have calculators and Excel sheets for that.
And there is that item, along with our first pendant. So AFG gets his worthless ether and his first crystal.
And in spite of the big time difference here, still without a fire source, so also going to be leaving an item behind in Hera.
You really hope that's not anything.
I mean, they hope it's not anything.
And Driekiann makes a liar out of me does not take advantage of being in East Dark World to do Pyramid and all those checks.
Or, you know, go mirror at the pyramid and do escape.
Instead going to full clear the front of Skull Woods, which we know only has one item, and we still don't have the Fire Rod. Probably because the Fire Rod's on Ped.
I was listening to that Baba Is You.
And if she's like, oh, now you give me the fire source.
And that is the only item you're pulling out of here today. At least for now. Oh, I think we're going to get a Ped check?
If we don't mirror bonk. Well, get your Ped hype in chat.
If we don't mirror bonk. And third time's a charm.
Well, Ped is dead. Long live the Ped.
So, what do we have in logic that's left? We have the pyramid, catfish, mushroom pull. We also have our other two fetch quests that we have ignored. Front of Escape, Dark Cross, not to be forgotten. Making sure I'm putting that in before you...
2 items in the back of Thieves.
2 items in the back of Thieves. I think that might be it for now.
Oh, and
Spike Cave. Sorry, is that what you were going to say?
No, I was going to say that we can still check Magic Bat and Shovel along Smith's Chain.
Right.
And K45. I don't think we saw K45 either.
We have not.
Interesting that AFG is doing the back of desert now, since we know it doesn't have an item. Usually you just combo it with Mire.
I mean, it's a crystal.
This is going to be our first look at Graveyard Ledge.
Oh yeah, speaking of things that we haven't checked. I feel like I haven't seen a seed yet that was just like, hey, here's the boots. Go fast.
Last night we had them in, like, Kakariko or something.
Oh, wow, that's nice. As Graveyard Ledge.
I think it was Blind's Hut, yeah. Okay,
looks like we're gonna get a jump.
Yeah. So that'll be Catfish and Zora and Mushroom. Are we going to Orphan Pyramid, though?
No, we're going to check Pyramid, and then we're going to mirror and do the front of Escape.
Okay, third time's the charm. Oh yeah, last night we also got to see a runner fake flipper with real flippers. Works every time.
Of course it works every time. The runners practice that a lot.
We don't quite have Zora money, though we're getting really close.
Well, with stun prize being 20 rupees, we have Zora money.
Okay. I hadn't registered that was the stun prize, but of course he was beating one of those electric cucumbers.
Alright, it looks like AFG is going to be headed the pod route as well.
Now we have Zora money. It's been a while since we've saved, though, so I'm not sure if you could successfully Ancilla to do Waterfall Cave.
I feel like at this point, at least, well, we'll see.
He's trying. Wow, okay. I was afraid he might have shot too many arrows since his last save.
That was a really, really appropriate music change for the bee in the bottle, not gonna lie.
What's on the ledge? Vanilla, how about that? Because it's not like there are 48 pieces of heart in this, so you don't know.
Is that a sticking point for you?
It does feel a little excessive.
It's just a really happy Triforce hunt.
And that is quite a waste of 500 rupees.
Something, something, quivering in my boots, something, something. And Drosy was sitting here thinking, it's been 47 minutes and Hammer hadn't made a pun. I thought I'd gotten away. Okay, now you're just showing off. Like, come on, you could have just as easily fluted to 8. Just fake flipper. Like, come on, man.
It's faster to get to Hobo this way.
Show off.
He still hasn't done the front of Escape, though.
No, of course not. We do things that are out of logic rather than Sphere 1 checks.
Gotta save that ammo we just wasted.
It was so fast. Like he had
really doing Hera basement before anything else.
Please.
I saw the lamp out. You can't pretend you didn't have the lamp out.
I mean, this could also be being paired in with Spike Cave. So this is 2 checks, but do the front of Escape, please.
Front of Escape, Smith Chain, they're both quite a bit denser than Hera Basement plus Spike Cave.
Right.
I love how that bomb item drop didn't fall when the bridge collapsed. Did you see that on AFG's side?
Yeah, but I've seen that a handful of times, so I don't.
I mean,
I think
Hyrule gravity laws are just strange sometimes.
if Driekiann's not really careful here, he's gonna be stuck.
Yeah, he might just need to move out and hit the switch again. Of course it had to be something!
All right, and your solo commentator for the rest of this seed is going to be Drosy. Take it away, my friend.
So, Driekiann is now going to freeze-way his way through the rest of the seed, while AFG inevitably winds up on an interminable ice rod hunt.
Oh, man. What is... Ugh. Forget it. I've got nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and shake my head, Drosy. I'm just gonna sit here and shake my head. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I knew it was coming. I knew we were gonna get something out of there, but...
Oh, no.
Oh!
Swamp Palace incoming. And now we're 2 items from Go Mode.
I'm just mad. Oh, wait, you rolled this seed, didn't you? Now
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's what. We got a Drosy special. I forgot about that.
Hey, I rolled a nice jet seed last night.
And now you're making up for it.
Oh, I'm sure left side swamp will have our fire rod and our quake, right?
No, it's going to be in the freaking front of escape because I can't be wrong about everything this seed.
I just can't believe Driekiann went to the mountain for 2 checks when there were much denser locations and they paid off.
I mean, yeah, Rando's gonna Rando, you know. Be one with the RNG.
And down goes Helma for AFG, so we will be tied up in the crystal count. But when the heck is AFG going back to the mountain?
The thing that's really painful for me is that it is much more likely that AFG is going to pull a fire rod and then go jump into TR. And then afterwards go do back of Hera or Hera and Spike Cave. Like, it hurts. Like, even if the answer is get the fire rod and just assuming it's not hiding, you know, behind the flippers or something somewhere, it's not going to be a good route. This is one of those times that having 48 pieces of heart is nice, though, because the odds of Driekiann getting a refill relatively soon is much higher.
By the way, shoutouts to both of these runners. I was just checking. As best I can tell, this is both of their first times playing in the main tournament, so kudos to them for making it this far. Even though Driekiann's already, we know, this is his last match of the tournament, and if this current lead holds, it will also be AFG's last match of the tournament. You know, they got here. They were able to play 6 games that they'd never done before.
I mean, making groups is hard, so GG's to both of them. And honestly, the skill just keeps going up every year.
Oh, definitely.
Well, let's see if Magic Bat has something.
Oh, and I just realized Dreek can and should get the Master Sword after he finishes here in Swamp.
Yeah, absolutely. Double spins aren't too bad, though, if you're familiar with them, so I can understand the let's just wait a second and grab that sword in a moment here.
Yeah, but we haven't, like, done Bombos yet, and you kind of want the Master Sword for that so you don't have to go back if it is something useful.
There's never anything on the tablets.
Right, just like there's never anything in Hera Basement.
Oh no, there's always something in Hera Basement. That's why I hate Pendant Hera.
But yeah, as you were saying about the double spins there, that was one of the quickest Fighter Sword Argus takedowns I've seen.
Yeah, it was definitely impressive.
And Dreek remembering that was his other 5-6, so he is going to take the big red bomb. Going to be a little bit of a backtrack to get to Floating Island, but hopefully he'll remember it.
Meanwhile, it looks like AFG didn't pull anything out of those fetch quests and K45, so nothing there. Hey, you know what Driekiann should do next, Rossi?
Front of escape. Driekiann, could you please do front of escape so Hammer stops whining about it?
Oh, I'll just find something else.
Hey, now we have Tempered Sword on Lake Hylia Island.
Thank freaking goodness, let's go!
Did we already find the map? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Scott's convinced Starcross will have the map and we won't have needed to go there. No, the map is in the map chest. I wonder why they call it the map chest.
Because you see, in the vanilla game, which none of us really know anything about, the map is there, go figure.
AFG trying to pull the Driekiann special of a Kern jump.
It's only a Driekiann special if he pulls it off on the third try.
Oh, he almost did. Driekiann also knowing he can skip that key drop because he's not gonna be unlocking the back door and escape.
I know, but it still hurts to just see that key drop right there. There's a part of my brain that's like, but you might need it.
So front of escape is junk, leaving Dark Cross as our only hope in here, and then please get the Tempered Sword.
See, I've passed off the whining to you.
And other than that, we really need Fire Rod. And of course, Quaketope and Mire.
Yeah, at this point, we're looking at back of Thieves Town for 2, Ice Palace for 4 if you want to include Green Pendant.
Cave 45, Shovel and Bombos.
And King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks.
Well, we'd need the... Oh, yes. But how about that? And just remember, these runners could have had boots within 10 minutes. It's their own freaking fault that they didn't.
Vindicated.
You can't blame me for rolling that. It was their own fault. I said at the time they should have, been looking to do Dark Cross, especially Driekiann, since he had a sword by that point.
Wait, really? Driekiann's gonna go do a Bombos Green Pendant Ice Palace rather than checking the boots checks. Fair enough. I'd love to give him a hard time, but last time I tried to do that, he pulled 2 items, so I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
Well, he probably believes in the rule of fire.
That's fair.
To answer, flippers were in Spike Cave.
If you have one, the other one's here.
And Ice Rod's in Hera Basement.
I will say doing this with Canis and Mario does make it significantly easier, especially as we pull a vanilla big key.
I'm just thinking, from Dreek's perspective, Smith Chain is 7 items, so that's his most item-dense location remaining, so I'm a bit surprised he'd do anything before Smith Chain.
Are you really to the same person who,
Yeah, fine. He's doing anything and everything before Smith Chain. He gets a bloomerang for his troubles.
Meanwhile, we have an hour and 2-minute Uncle Check.
Well, at least AFG will, carry this to his boots and wonder why he didn't get them sooner.
Yeah, I am curious about the, oh, that bomb jump is free until you try to do it.
The other direction is the free direction.
That's fair. I do wonder about our runners' mental states right now. Because, like Driekiann did just a crazy play up the mountain for 2 items. They were both useful, feeling real good, and then you pull the boots out of Dark Cross, and you're thinking, I could have gotten that almost literally an hour ago. Crank.
So, Cold Stare will have our last item. And hey, look what AFG is pulling!
Okay, so if it's not here, then our progression is back of Thieves Town? Or Green Pendant? I meant
or
after
Smith
Green
Chain or Boots checks. That is the remaining Smith Chain checks we haven't seen.
I think we've seen everything in Smith's Chain between the two of them.
When did we do Cave 45 or Shovel?
K45 and Shovel was done. We have not seen Bombo's tablet, so that's a good call. But K45 and Shovel was done by AFG. Be careful here. Eyeballs do 4 hearts, and Ice does 2 hearts, so.
And there are no mail upgrades in this setting. So I guess flute to 5. No, we're checking Ice Rod Cave at an hour 5.
I have nothing to say. Which is unfortunate, because it's my job right now.
Yasphere 1.
Alright, meanwhile, King's Tomb on AFG's side, just a piece of heart. I don't think we've seen Bonk Rocks yet, though. If we have, I missed him.
I think AFG's gonna do Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb now.
Already did King's Tomb, just a piece of heart.
Okay.
And we can add Chrono Trigger to the list of music choices.
Well, from the high-quality video game music pack.
Alright, and just pairing pieces of heart there, so nothing in Ice Palace at all. You know what we haven't seen?
You would denigrate the Bloomerang as nothing?
That's fair. That's fair. I'd forgotten we pulled the Bloomerang from Ice Palace. So there is one more location, Drosy. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Oh, there.
Aga is officially dead.
For some reason, I thought someone had checked that at the beginning.
Maybe. I didn't remember it, though, so.
Looks like AFG's gonna do Eastern now. So the time he could have saved by not doing Eastern is being given right back.
Alright, so are we going to do the back of Thieves Town first, or are we going to go straight to the Smith Chain?
I think Driekiann never did the front of Thieves Town.
Oh, maybe. I thought they both did, but that is quite possible.
You're amused by Village of Outcast checks at an hour 8.
I got nothing. I really don't. I got nothing, Drosy. Alright, so now that we've completed Village of Outcasts, are we gonna go do... Okay. So now the question is, are we gonna do all of it, or just the front again?
Well, now that we have the boots, it's a bit easier to do all of it.
That's fair.
Just like AFG is having a bit faster of a time in Eastern than Dreek had. I mean, the thing about Quake is it could be anywhere except in Mire. So you kind of hope it shows up before Fire Rod.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because one of the places it could be is, Turtle Rock. And with what we have left. I feel like best layout right now for our runners would be, just in terms of like not having to double back any more than they've already had to, is pulling Quake out of here and then pulling Fire Rod out of Mire.
Hey, and look where Driekiann's going. And look where AFG's going.
Yep, looks like we're going to get a bit of progression here on both sides, hopefully. Although, honestly, I can't think of anywhere else that Driekiann would have to go to get stuff.
Bombos.
Nah, that doesn't exist. That would be par for this seed, though, to be fair.
So AFG, I'm sure, will be relieved to see his Ice Rod after he takes his morning coffee break.
So that's 3 items out of Thieves Town. And with Driekiann having done a ped check, once we get the 4th one, we are out of here.
So it'll probably be on blind just to maximize misery.
Yeah, most likely. And it'll be Quake just to maximize misery.
Well, I mean, there are only 2 items in Mire, so if we get Quake, it doesn't open that much.
No, but what it does open is misery.
Oh, literally, yes.
Look, I gave you like 45 minutes without a bad joke. I have to throw in a couple now. Oh, we haven't done left side swamp either.
We do not speak of such things in polite company. Fortunately, this isn't polite company.
Says the person who brought up Bombo's tablet, get out of here! Left side swamp's at least 2 checks.
Well, maybe AFG checks left side swamp.
I feel like he probably will at that point, because, I mean, what is he going to have left? Meanwhile, Drossi whispers Bombo's tablet to himself again.
Nah, blind's the answer, right?
Maybe. I mean, they could both be the
Wrong.
answer. Well, no. Alright, fair enough. This does kind of flow in nicely, though, because Driekiann can, actually do Smith Chain and then end up over by Bombo's tablet.
He, of course, hasn't done Dig Game yet.
Yeah, when you said there were 7 items over here, you meant, like, 20.
So how many digs was it?
Like 25 or something ridiculous.
27.
Close enough. Too many.
Hammer pegs is going to be nice the fast way. See, all these checks one runner did without the boots that the other runner's now doing with the boots.
Yeah, it is interesting as we watch the runners kind of go over each other's footsteps just how much divergence there was. Like, these guys have spent a solid, 15, 20 minutes going over stuff that we already have knowledge of.
And hey, Driekiann is up by all 3 pendants.
Oh, what was this about not speaking about certain things in front of polite company?
We got nothing out of any of the pendant dungeons, did we? Except for that boomerang. But AFG, ABCD be damned, is going into Ice Before Swamp.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything in any of those dungeons. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and yeah, other than the boomerang, that is all we got, I want to say.
How much of Eastern did AFG do?
I don't know, but I know that Driekiann finished it, so...
Yeah, and I feel like AFG didn't. I mean, it's not marked on his tracker, but I also think that is accurate that he didn't go all the way to Armos.
Yeah, so probably left one item behind.
That's saying AFG trying to do something he thinks Dreek will not. Little does he know, Dreek's done everything. So, do we have anything besides Left Side Swamp and Bombos?
I don't think so.
Welcome back to high-quality video game music.
It is not the same, though, Drossi. They did something to it.
Yes, they made it high quality.
What is AFG doing?
Samaria magic refill. You do not see that very often.
Hold on, run that by me again?
I have no idea how that glitch works, I just know it exists.
Well, it wasn't Bombo's tablet. Let's go back in the swamp.
Right, he needed magic so he could bombos the Freezors.
And the amazing thing is that if Driekiann had just done left side swamp the first time, he could have straight up routed this perfectly. Outside of,
Well,
boots on.
since we're out of fetch quests, we have to turn up Quake Bombos or both in here. So, prediction in chat. Do you think it's going to be Quake, Bombos, or both?
I've got 9,500 channel points. What do you think, Drossi?
I'm feeling Quake. Which gives another chance for Fire Rod to be Rule of Fire if it's on left side Mire.
Well, since you guessed Quake, I'm putting everything in for Fire Rod.
To answer chat, Driekiann has done the front of desert. We know Landmose doesn't have an item, so he's waiting to combo Landmose with Meyer.
AFG gonna want to be careful here. Not a whole lot of magic and not a whole lot of health now. You can take one kiss from an eyeball, but that is it. So, looks like with just one left, we're gonna be okay. Oh god, I opened my mouth. I'm sorry.
Famous last words.
Yeah, but we're fine. Ha! Everything's fine. See, look, he got his green pendant. It's fine. Just making it interesting.
Oh, and there's a compass. So I guess it couldn't have been both, and any astute person who counted dungeon items would have known not to bet on both. And there's Quake, as I was expecting.
Dang it. That all things told though, that is best case scenario, because now we know the Fire Rod's sitting in Meyer and everything's fine.
That was a hard last location.
Yep.
I would also quibble with skipping left side swamp when you're 2 items from go mode.
I would quibble with it regardless. Especially, like, so from Driekiann's point of view, I think that if you go ahead and make that really early mountain play, and you pull Ice Rod and Flippers out, you know that you've probably done that faster than your opponent. That's when I'm like, I'm not going to get burned by something dumb. I'm checking left side swamp.
Oh, chat pointing out that wasn't actually a hard last location because Dreek managed to keep himself out of TR.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's right. Driekiann has not done TR yet.
Now, Godmire would be a Fire Rod here and then a big key in Spike Room. But as we say, we know Rule of Fire dictates that the Fire Rod must be on the left side.
If you've called this correctly, I'm calling shenanigans, just so we're clear.
I mean, do you not believe in the Rule of Fire?
No, not generally. It hasn't happened often enough. Well,
as I was saying...
Someone's gonna clip that, dang it.
And, yeah, that's our 23-minute go mode. Fortunately, big key in the lobby, so... now it's just a matter of TR and GT.
And desert.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Viddy's gonna be a joke with silvers, Landmo's gonna be a joke with silvers and Fire Rod.
If Driekiann remembers...
Yes, it does require shooting the arrows in the correct direction, like towards the boss.
I mean, if he remembers that he needs to do it.
Oh, I would hope his tracker's properly marked. I'm just thinking, Driekiann full cleared 2 pendant dungeons after doing swamp and before doing left side swamp. Just saying.
Yeah, but to be fair, he pulled the bloomerang out of one of them. So,
And that's what really matters in life.
I mean, and to be fair, Driekiann pulled an hour worth of checks before getting the boots on the Dark Cross. Okay, we're good. Oh, we also have to go do Skull Woods, speaking of cleaning things up.
Oh, yeah, right, Fire Rod. Because that whole time we only had 3 crystals. Meanwhile, here's AFG in Left Side Swamp. Doing it the first time through.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure this is all that he has left. Like, outside of the really terrible stuff, like Armos Knights and back of, Thieves Town and stuff.
I do not understand Ice Before Swamp. I really don't.
I feel like in this version, Ice Palace has something like pretty much every game. So I don't hate it. I obviously don't love it. It didn't work out, but I've literally seen players win because they went into freaking Pendant Swamp and pulled an item or 4.
So that's crystal number 5.
Yeah, we're definitely getting there.
Number 6 should be pretty quick.
And Driekiann's going to have a full clear TR as well, with that big key being vanilla. Alright, so AFG just needs to pull that Fire Rod out of Mire at this point. And Driekiann needs to run in here, kill him off, and then head up the mountain. You gotta love Tempered Sword.
Hey, and AFG is going to get his tempered sword here.
So all things considered, both our runners could have skipped every single pendant dungeon in its entirety and been fine.
Yes.
This was one of those seeds that would be really quick if you had a spoiler log or just were able to guess really, really luckily and get all the stuff, but like the pendant dungeons
cross, early on.
Okay, to be fair, having boots early would have been nice, but the boots didn't actually lock anything. So, like,
they would have just gotten the runners through the seed quicker.
Exactly, right. So Driekiann would be about probably 5 minutes ahead, maybe a little more than that. But in terms of checks, didn't really hide anything important. We're also a less useful meringue away from a full inventory.
Right, because butter sword isn't a thing here.
Yep, no butter sword, no shields beyond the first one, and only one bottle, no half magic.
I mean, Driekiann might finish with a full tracker, except for Castle Tower.
Yeah, just about. Depending on the key layout here, yeah. Collection rate is pretty much going to come down to where is that big key in GT.
We should get an over-under prediction on collection rate when the time comes.
I'm not great at guessing those, so I'll leave that one for you. Meanwhile, go ahead.
There's AFG's go mode at 132.18, so almost 10 minutes behind Driekiann. He'll make up a little time just because he's already done land mows, but it would take something crazy or multiple Ganon falls to catch up at this point.
Right.
That said, do give both of these runners a follow. I mean, great job to both of them in their first main tournament. If this lead holds, they'll both finish out groups 2 and 4, They'll both have pulled off a couple of wins.
Yep, they also will have, you need the, what are you doing?
Oh, big key? Yeah, you might need that.
They also managed to survive a Drosy seed, so if that's not worth a follow, then I've got nothing for you, honestly.
And especially, in this group, these two runners, first time in a main tournament, going up against two really established runners in the form of P-Train and Chloe Prower. So again, getting 2 wins each is not trivial.
Happy slashes! Meanwhile, we do have a Vidi fight on the left-hand side here, and with silver arrows, even with 1 extra put into the wall, easy peasy.
Oh, I didn't realize AFG had bought the arrow upgrade and the bomb upgrade.
Yeah, after Ice Palace, they had, I want to say, 1 or 2 bombs, so just went in there and spent a couple hundred rupees.
Wow, I'm not sure I've seen a fall like that because the block wasn't quite materialized yet.
I have had the misfortune of doing that probably over 24 times at this point.
I mean, I've seen people misplace the block and fall because the block wasn't there, period, but...
No, I've literally done that exact thing where you hit the thing and it's not fully materialized and you just fall into nothingness as a cushy pillow just pops up just above your head. There's the key, so yep, we're not going to see the other 2. No real reason at this point. Very nice first phase there for Driekiann.
And with that, we have a little game we like to play here. You can put numbers in chat, or you can bet your hard-earned channel points, or both.
Yeah, I would, except I don't have any left.
Oh, you blew them all hoping for Fire Rod and Swamp.
I mean, you rolled the seed. What was I to expect? Anyways, where do you want this sucker to be, Drosy?
I always like first chest and rando room, which these days tends to be 14 because a lot of runners will either do Dark Magician or will find a small key in Hope Room and go right.
That's not a bad spot. Somewhere along the middle for him.
What about you?
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. Let's put it in tire room.
Oh, not astutely pointing out, I forgot to include 16 as a prediction.
I really hope it's there. Nope, I want 16 to be the answer now.
Oh, and he finds a small key and mirrors left anyway, so I guess my chest is 10 now. And he also takes Bob's life.
A little bit dramatic there, jeez. And we have casual murder. Like, whoa, Drosy, calm down. He was probably gonna powder the darn thing if he got there anyways. Yuck. Stealthos gonna Stealthos.
Okay, so that's 7 checks and nothing doing.
Nice refill there. We're already up to 16 hearts.
Yeah, even with green mail, I don't think Ganon's gonna be too much trouble. And AFG can now skip a lot of Turtle Rock because he's already done it. He can run straight to Laser Bridge, basically.
Driekiann, meanwhile, 15 hearts away from the full complement, which, I mean, we're not going to see, but it's still outrageous to, with the amount of heart pieces in this game, to have, you know, our runners be that close to 20 hearts.
Ten heart pieces away.
And with a rando room full of not anything useful other than, you know, a heart and a quarter, it's time to go look at the Bob that was murderized, according to my wonderful co-co.
I mean, it'll just be some anonymous anti-fairy, no Bob in sight.
Well, yeah, it would have to be an anti-fairy, because isn't Bob an uncle fairy?
Bob's your uncle, as the British say.
That's exactly what I was going for, yeah. Hey, Drosy, you know what check we're nearing?
16.
Yep, second check in this room.
I guess I have to cancel the prediction at that point.
Oh, I wanted it. All right, so yeah, 5 checks left. See, this leads to a really interesting question. As a fellow Hope Room First router, I have had several discussions with several people, mainly Spotweaver, where I have told him that if you pull a key, you go right. He sometimes listens to me, sometimes doesn't, but this is one of those situations where, unless the big key's in tile room, in which case it was going to be the last check anyways, that would have been a good call here. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm thinking you should have gone here.
I'm starting to think it might not have mattered. Yes, that was right!
Oh, I've rolled so many tile room seeds this tournament, it's not even funny.
Oh no, that's definitely funny. So I just would like to point out that if AFG is feeling really, really, really behind and decides to do an incredibly silly tile room start, this is now a race.
So, Akayaline, Big Noober, Chris the Canadian, and Pichu have all won a lot of channel points.
As chat pointing out, 4 people putting points in tile room, it's because by this point we all knew that Drosy rolled the seed.
Earlier this tournament, I managed to roll 2 tile room seeds within 24 hours, and one of them was inverted keys, and GT Biggie didn't even have to be in GT to begin with.
Oh, that's just... Drosy, who hurt you?
Sahasrabot, clearly.
Alright, so now we're going to be getting a Baba is Gauntlet.
Wait, we're up to 18 hearts now.
Mm-hmm. So what are we going to make the under-over be at this collection rate?
Oh boy. I mean, obviously there are things he saw and didn't pick up.
Sure. Or else, I mean, the answer would be like 205.
What do you think? 190 would be a good cutoff point?
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, 190 is probably pretty good. Obviously,
Sure, let's get
depending
that
on...
out there. We'll give chat 5 minutes to mull it over.
I personally think it's going to be slightly over. I'm anticipating like a 192, but again, I'm just guessing. Well, I guess I'll take my my 50 channel points and oh wait, hold on, I can claim a bonus.
And remember, this is an open seed. This isn't cross keys. This isn't AD keys.
It wasn't even a situation where, like, there was nothing in any of the pendants. The seed just turned out to be in such a way that you were going to clear everything because it made sense.
I rolled a nice seed. No pendant dungeon dips required. Not my fault the runners did anyway.
Oh, no. Instead, you put 2 required items sitting in frickin' last location mountain and then 1 more on left side swamp. Get out of here. Nice seed, my butt. Yeah, and with AFG not making the, I mean, frankly, ridiculous tile room play, this is going to be Driekiann's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, I mean, even if you feel behind, which I'm sure AFG does after what he's been through, like, it takes a lot of guts to gamble tile room.
I'm pretty sure that both of our runners feel ridiculously behind.
Are we gonna get the meme chest opening here?
Nah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Aw.
I mean, what was it gonna be? Our 44th piece of heart?
Probably. Then we could go into the Ganon fight on 19 hearts.
AFG is not going to be too far behind here in terms of health.
Count as a double? I think it did.
I believe so. Oof. That one, I think, was only a double, though.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, never mind. 2031.
Is that your luggage combination?
No.
You're just saying that. You don't want me to break into your luggage.
You know the last time I've traveled, Drosy?
Not to mention that if you're checking a bag, the TSA really doesn't like you to have a luggage combination on it. Oh, didn't quite get the 1 cycle. But this should be a great position to get 1 cycle on phase 2.
Yeah, very ideal here. So what are your thoughts on under versus over?
I'll take under because collection rates always seem to be a bit lower than you think.
Fair point.
That's what I've learned when trying to predict collection rates. Ooh, didn't quite get the triple, but that was a very nice double.
And so is that one.
And get your GGs in chat for Driekiann, who, once he crosses the bridge, will take this match. And in doing so, will advance Chloe Prower to brackets.
And on that very exact note, AFG, who was probably keeping an eye on the race time room, decided that he has had enough of this seat. Yeah, so get your GGs in chat. There's a great tournament for both of them. Making the group stages is honestly quite an accomplishment. And yeah, with all the different modes that were in here, group stages was a bit of a mixed bag, especially when Drossy's rolling your seat and stuff is in terrible locations.
Well, let's see. We are joined by AverageFrustratedGamer and by Driekiann. There we go. Both of our runners. GG's, guys.
GG's.
Drossy rolled it.
It's not my fault you guys went to dependent dungeons. But yes, you guys did like your pendant dungeons. Can you talk a bit about what led you into all of them?
Mostly, there was only one item in Left-Side Swamp. I didn't want it to go there, so I decided to kind of last lock it. I knew I was able to deep tier, but I decided, nope, I'm not doing this. And so yeah, Ice Palace seems pretty reasonable since it was a green pendant. I tried to dodge Seastone as much as possible, but I decided to loot it so I could lead after with the Smith Chain into returning in Swamp Palace for this slice left side. Yeah, for Eastern Palace, it's just I was here, there was no objective left to do, so after Pod, White Notice turn, you're already there.
I realized that my mic was off. Hello, GG.
Oh, there you are.
Congrats, GG Driekiann. Congrats to Chloe for making brackets, and good luck against Area. Holy tap dancing crap. I wish you well. Yeah, so for me, the decisions to go into like pendant dungeons. Once I saw the boots were available for so long, but I hadn't gotten them because when I went to Back of Escape real quick, I had nothing to get there with. I was thinking, how far behind can I possibly be? So I felt like I needed the Rule of Fire to pay off with going into Ice Palace. But TR, I was so tempted to try to dodge that. I really wanted to, but I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself not to do it, and it baited me all the way to Mimic Cave. That sucked. But I'm really glad that I didn't lose by just like a minute because of that purple chest vanishing act that I pulled earlier. So at least I have that going for me.
You could have fluted back for it, by the way. You didn't have to retrieve it from the Dark World again.
Oh, I thought when I flew it away from the house, I thought it, for some reason I thought it was just gone. My bad. Okay.
No, it doesn't disappear until you actually use the portal.
Ah. All right.
I was going to say something else along... Well, you did get your Rule of Fire in Mire, obviously.
Yes, that's true. Actually, the first time I really thought that I had hope to maybe pull this off is when Ice Rod showed up in Hera basement. Actually, I meant to do a Spike Cave right after Hera, but I just got a step ahead of myself in going to Mire, and I was like, oh no! Like, by the time I was heading to Mire, it was too late. So I should have picked up the flippers, but I just was one step ahead, and then my brain was like, you missed something!
But by the way, speaking of not picking things up, Driekiann, I was a little bit surprised. You had a sword when you did Back of Escape, but decided not to go to Dark Cross. Were you just trying to stay in Logic, or...?
No, mostly I didn't went there because there was still a map somewhere, and I decided I will do the front first, and if I don't see the map, I will do the Dark Cross. I don't want to do the Dark Cross just to find the map.
Oh.
I did to do this later. On this seed, yeah, it wasn't a good call because Dark Cross was a boot. So when I found them, I was worried that my opponent got him far earlier, but I don't think there was really a reason to. Even if I had the sword or not, I can do the Dark Cross without a sword. It doesn't bother me really. But yeah, on this one, I just want to dodge if I still have a map or a key to do the Dark Cross.
And you just didn't find any convenient time to go back to escape at all?
Yeah, but it was more like I have crystals to do and density, so going for Hype Cave, going for Minimal Dome sounds more reasonable at first. Then going to Pod, after Pod, you're already in Eastern. I went back to do Hera and Spikes, mostly because I did the mountain out of logic, and I was like, if my opponent have a fire source when they go to Hera first, I don't want to dodge them for too long, and I went there just to be safe. And I was right on this one because I throwed flippers, and leading to flippers, I can do swamp, second red crystal. Just finish it and you do the escape after this. So yeah, that was I was happy with the routing overall. I also completely dodge as much as possible Village of Outcast for some reason.
Yeah, that paid off incredibly. Like, we were dying when you found the ice rod and the flippers up there. It's like, he's going back for 2 checks. How much does he expect to find?
Honestly, I wasn't expecting to find anything, but doing the basement of Hera I like to do it just because you can have a break for 30 seconds and think about your seed overhaul and have a better routing. And after this, just doing Spike because I haven't done. I was considering doing Spike earlier. It was between Spike and Spiral Cave. Decided to go Spiral Cave first and just leave Spike Cave until I find the fire source so I can do Hera into spikes. That payoff was lucky on this one. The only thing that really bites me off is left side swamp.
Okay, and I'd just like to point out to chat that as I was saying, it is so easy to overestimate runners' collection rates, not even close to 190. We had a prediction of whether your collection rate would be over or under 190 since you nearly full cleared the game.
Yeah, no, I dodged a bunch of useless chests in my year. Total Rock I dodged 2 and GT 4 on the top. So just for this, that's already a good amount. Also, save scums oboe. Didn't pick the mushroom, so all this that adds also a lot of things I checked but didn't grab.
Oh yeah, I did notice that save scumming of the hobo. That was pretty interesting, just because you wanted your ammunition back that you had used to do the splash delete.
Yeah, mostly I was low on bombs. I was only 2 left, I think, so I was like, it doesn't. I have to save and quit after Obo anyway, so why not just hard reset so you get your bombs and the arrows back? That was just a minus optimization on this one.
Yeah, so Hammer, do you have anything for the runners?
I feel like this seed pretty much covered everything. So yeah, I don't have much. I hope your next seed's better. That's about all I've got.
Oh, I like him bad. I'm I'm definitely sad that my tournament has come to an end, but I had fun. I'm glad I got as far as I did. Definitely like being like a step away from brackets and all is certainly further than I ever expected to end up. So once again, good luck to Chloe going forward, and to a P Train. Hopefully, someone in our group makes some noise. GG to Drake for taking me out twice. Thank you all for the restream. Appreciate it. Trackers, commentators, restreamers, everybody, viewers, hope it was a good race, and have a fantastic weekend.
And yeah, thanks for the race. Sorry, you did a really good comebacks from where you started. Sorry that ends up here. Chloe, this one was for you, so good luck for the rest. And yeah, and this is pretty much it. It's also the end for me because I don't have enough victory to continue. But yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting to get in the main tournament from my first main tournament train. So yeah, that's already pretty huge. I'm really happy with what I've done.
So I think that's going to do it here for us now. Once again, GG to the runners. Give them a follow. Thanks to our tracker, the Alan Heffley, on loan from the Zelda 2 rando community. Thanks to my co-com Hammer. Always a pleasure working with you.
Oh yeah, it has definitely been a blast. And if you guys have not had enough rando, which I mean, I hope you haven't because it's still morning. So we have just a boatload of rando. We've got a bunch of stuff on SpeedGaming channels. We have a race that's currently about 35 minutes into it on SpeedGaming 4. A race starting in about 25 minutes on SpeedGaming 3, and then another race directly following that one on SpeedGaming 3. And yeah, there's just a bunch more that we are getting going all the way up through tonight, and then some races on the schedule for tomorrow morning and afternoon as well. So keep an eye on the schedule. Give SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 a follow so you can keep up to date on the Zelda insanity and a bunch more insanity that they also get up and rolling for us. And other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. So have a wonderful day, everyone. And Drosy, if you have anything to say, you can take us on out.
Yeah, I just wanted to put in one plug. We're also going to try to get some races today on ALTTP Randomizer, so give that channel a follow as well. That there should be some good games coming up there because today's the last official day of groups. There are so many matches today with bracket implications, and we're really trying to get all of them restreamed. So be sure to check out ALTTP Randomizer as well. And with that, have a great rest of your day and weekend, and enjoy some more rando.